Continuing with 1 Nephi chapter 13, in verses 17 through 19, we read, And I beheld that their mother Gentiles were gathered together upon the waters, and upon the land also, to battle against them. And I beheld that the power of God was with them, and also that the wrath of God was upon all those that were gathered together against them to battle. And I, Nephi, beheld that the Gentiles that had gone out of captivity were delivered by the power of God out of the hands of all other nations. George Washington gave credit to God for the victory of the United States. In his farewell address to his army, he said, quote, The disadvantageous circumstances on our part under which the war was undertaken can never be forgotten. The singular interpositions of Providence in our feeble condition were such as could scarcely escape the attention of the most unobserving, while the unparalleled perseverance of the armies of the United States through almost every possible suffering and discouragement for the space of 8 long years was little short of a standing miracle. End quote. After the colonists won their independence, they experimented for a short time with a government under the Articles of Confederation. When they found that method inadequate, leaders turned their attention to drafting a new form of government. Few, if any, people on the earth hold the resulting United States Constitution in higher esteem than do Latter-day Saints. In D&C section 101, verses 78 and 80, the Lord declared that every man may act in doctrine and principle pertaining to futurity, according to the moral agency which I have given unto him, that every man may be accountable for his own sins in the day of judgment. And for this purpose have I established the constitution of this land by the hands of wise men whom I raised up unto this very purpose, and redeemed the land by the shedding of blood. Although the fledgling United States of America cast off its shackles from English monarchical rule through the shedding of blood, with its declaration of independence and the ratification of its Constitution, other American countries were still engaged in wars of independence to free themselves from European rule. The Holy Alliance of Russia, Prussia, and Austria supported France to assist Spain and Portugal to restore their monarchies in South America. This attempt appalled the British government and was repelled by a proclamation from the U.S. known as the Monroe Doctrine, which declared that, quote, the occasion has been judged proper for asserting as a principle in which the rights and interests of the United States are involved, that the American continents, by the free and independent condition which they have assumed and maintain, are henceforth not to be considered as subjects for future colonization by any European powers. End quote. Interventions in the politics of the Americas by foreign powers would therefore be considered hostile acts against the United States. This verified the Lord's declaration and fulfilled a prophecy that this land would be a land of liberty to the Gentiles, and that there would be no kings upon this land. Or, as we read in 2 Nephi chapter 10, verses 11 through 14. And this land shall be a land of liberty unto the Gentiles, and there shall be no kings upon the land who shall raise up unto the Gentiles, and I will fortify this land against all other nations. And he that fighteth against Zion shall perish, saith God. For he that raiseth up a king against me shall perish. For I, the Lord, the King of heaven, will be their king, and I will be a light unto them forever that hear my words.